Victor Gyokeres is fuming with Sporting Lisbon. He is vexed. He is angry at the way that they are treating him. They are trying to ask for the best part of £67 million for a move to take him from Sporting to wherever he wants to go, probably Man United. But previously, they told this guy 50 plus add-ons is enough. 50 million plus add-ons is enough. So what are they doing now? Is it because Man United's knocking at the door? Man United tax because Man United got that pull and it looks like we actually have got money. They're like, there's an opportunity there. Is it because there's not as much bids that have actually come in for Victor Osimhen? So the one team that is showing promise and actual action to try and get him out of Sporting, they're trying to raise the price. The games have begun. And also Victor Osimhen has removed Sporting from his Instagram bio. Now, I'm not trying to sound like the Arsenal fans when Isak had the number plate and they're running around London saying he's coming. I'm just saying the guy's taking it out of his bio. And as of now, he's still a Sporting player. He has a contract. So I don't know why. I don't know why he's taking it off. Maybe you lot can tell me. And also, what should Man United do? How long should we wait? How high should we go to try and get him out of there? Because Sporting are trying a thing. This is what's going on. Smash a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to United View if you are new to the channel. We are, look at that. We got 195k yesterday, and already we're well on our way to 200k peeps already.
It was a good intro, Fleck. It was a good intro. But he's going to put his headphones on now. Wrong Victor, mate. Look at... I don't know. Just before you might even been able to hear it when we just about clicked live. He said, "I'm going to take my headphones off for this," and I thought, "Why is he taking his headphones off for this? Just in case, because he's not going to be able to hear me." And then he said, "Victor Osimhen." He said, "Victor Osimhen's removed the names from his Instagram bio," and I went, "Gyokeres," but he couldn't because he.
Yeah, but I could see your face as well, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just pissed me off, man. Why is there even two Victors available now? Anyway, it's just confusing us.
Why'd you take the headphones off?
Oh, because basically for that beginning bit where I want it to be, and I look back,
could have,
need it there.
I could have just gone, Gyokeres. You could have gone, Gyokeres.
I know.
I've edited around that.
And look, we're in for so many Victors. I'm losing count. It's actually Victor Gyokeres. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I just whatever, man. Well, you lot know who I mean, man. I'll do that thing for another clip at the end and I'll piss me off. What's the news? It's fucking news. Man. Shit, I saw really early. Oh my god. Demonetized everything.
There'll be the clip that goes out on socials later on. It'll be Victor Gyokeres.
Yeah, the edited version.
Over of it. Yes, on Victor Gyokeres, as Flex put out, he's furious. He's furious with Sporting because maybe they're going back on their word. Now, there's been all this talk that Gyokeres, he does have a release clause in his contract for around like 80 odd million. I don't even know if I think it's euros, which is around like sort of 70-ish million pounds. But he's got this gentleman's agreement with Sporting, whereby they said that if a bid comes in, previously it was around, I think it was something like just close to 60 million pounds-ish. They were going to accept. Well, Gyokeres reportedly is furious at Sporting as they've been demanding £67 million for him. Previously, Sporting agreed they would demand £50 million plus £8.4 million in add-ons. I think this is converted from euro, as United District always does. Because of this, he has removed, yes, Victor Gyokeres, not Osimhen, has removed these teams from his bio on Instagram. So previously, he said the likes of Sporting, also the Swedish men's national team, Nike. I don't know if that means he's retired from Sweden and he's no longer represented, sponsored by Nike. That's probably not that situation.
No, he's taken everything out.
But he's taken everything.
He has taken everything out, though.
He's just furious. He's swiped it all away. He swiped it all away. Now, shout out to Andy Mitten as well, because he was on TalkSport. I don't know if you saw this, Fleck. And he was he's downplaying some of the stuff about Gyokeres. He said, I spoke to senior people at the club. He wasn't a name that I heard. He says, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I've got no evidence that they're trying to sign him. That was Andy Mitten talking about those
Yeah,
rumors.
see?
But of course, you get yesterday, you get Damesh Chef, not as KG said, Damesh look, said that Man United have made an approach. You've got Romano saying we're calling Sporting every day, every single day, just to be kept abreast of what's going on regarding Gyokeres. So there definitely feels like there is something there. But is this just the latest wrinkle in the plan when it comes to this Gyokeres thing, whereby suddenly, now they're saying, actually, Sporting have just decided they're going to demand a bit more. And this is always the problem when you've got a gentleman's agreement. Is it's not
versus what's on paper.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
Flex.
like Caledonian says, Andy Mitten is not a transfer guy by his own admission. Yeah, listen, Andy Mitten is a very, very, very well-respected journalist, done so much good work. He isn't one for breaking transfer news. He doesn't get involved in all of that engagement farming or as per this, and he doesn't get involved in any of that. He doesn't even break really transfer stories. He just gives you conversations that he's had and I've seen him when we're around club officials and stuff like that, and that's in public. God knows what's like in private. He knows a lot of people at Man United, so I would definitely believe him that that's what's happened from his point of view. But it doesn't mean, like he said, it doesn't mean we're not trying to sign him. He even says it himself. I think it's weird because actually the more I'm looking at this story now, at the beginning, obviously I'm in sort of like reckless mode. Like I'm like, yeah. So he's taking a thing out the bio, so yeah, it's all full shit. It's all full shit, mate. Coming Man United. But when you deep into it a little bit more there, I've seen that he's taken everything off. So it does kind of change the whole, if we're being honest, I think there's enough in what's going on. I think you said it yesterday to know that this is real. We don't need any more confirmation of, he's taking that off the bio, or I tell you what, there's a plane booked. There's a plane booked to Manchester for the last couple of hours of this window tonight. So I tell you what, I think, and it is from a neighboring airport to Lisbon. So it's somewhere else. It's this, it's that. You know what I mean? It's probably
via Sweden.
End up like the Arsenal fans. Yeah,
via family.
Oh yeah, he's in international duty. No, he's on international duty, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly.
wherever Sweden are playing. Yeah. So we start sounding like the Arsenal fans, and then we start looking silly. I don't want us to look silly, people. We've done that all season because of our team.
Yeah.
So I think what I would encourage everyone to do, this is my opinion. KG, when he does his morning show this morning, you can probably go for an alternative view there. Of I'm telling you guys, bombs. This is what I mean. This is what it means. And he's getting new boots. Not even sponsored by Nike. He's going to be sponsored by Adidas. That's what he gets here. Who we sponsored by? Who's Nike's biggest rival? I'm just saying, who's Nike's biggest rival? Adidas. Who we sponsored by?
Hey, that's good, Fleck. That's good, Fleck. I like that.
That's what he's going to do.
Like that.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know though, because he's been very difficult to pin down recently, hasn't he? KG, that comedian, on some of his views on Man United. He's been, I say that, but then he's been putting up the Andy Tate picture. So I don't know. Like I said,
he's discarded from last year.
He's trying to find an equilibrium.
Yeah.
Because for a couple of weeks there, he was very, very, like he said, he was a Debbie Downer. He really was. And then now he's putting up on Friday his behavior during the Trinity. My goodness me, like that was on another level. So I don't know. It's an interesting development, though. Certainly, the fact that maybe it's one of those ones. It's chicken and egg, isn't it? What came first? Did the story come first? And then it was like, oh, he's removed the bios because of this, because of that. That's the explanation. Or did he just remove the bios and then suddenly they went, oh, there's a story there. Let's make one up. He's furious. That's what that. Yeah. when, like you said, in reality, there's not that much to read into it. No. He's got to go this summer. Maybe that's his frustration. Is that, look, everyone knows I'm leaving this summer. We've had this agreement. I'm leaving this summer. It's been planned out for the longest time. If Sporting were to go back on that and start going, oh, we want to squeeze out a little bit more money, you'd be pretty annoyed with that. But is that really going to be slowing down the deal to Manchester United? Well, you don't really think so, because the impressions were that we had to sell players first and we haven't sold any players yet. So how would we do this deal? But then you get last night on the red carpet, Tier 1 James alluding to, because this is having now known James for a little while, this is where you have to. He alludes to things.
Yeah, you got to read between the lines. You got to pay attention.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like watching, a Marvel film. Check out for the Easter eggs. Look at the stuff in the
Yeah,
background.
I've
What's
seen
really
that in
being
the
said
Marvel
here?
films with the Easter. I've
Yeah,
seen that. Yeah.
yeah. Check out
I know what you
go look
mean.
for the Easter eggs. In the back. Absolutely, I know you know what I mean.
Yeah. Because they go
Yeah.
Easter, like when they do the get the baskets to look for the eggs, like Easter hunt.
That's 2 this morning. That's 2. First the Oshiman thing. Now Easter eggs with an Easter bunny in the Marvel film. That's 2. As Manish says there in the chat. It's a yellow card. So yellow card behavior.
But you said it. You said that look for the Easter eggs. So it's basically like you're trying to find them. Like,
yes, you tried to find them in a film. So
I know.
what can sometimes happen is this happened a lot in the Infinity Saga. Is things would happen in the background, or you notice little things, and actually that would be a little bit of a hint of what's to happen in 2 or 3 films' time, or a big film.
Yeah. So like that
later
time
on.
I saw as Iron Man, and then basically like a Doctor Strange.
You're on very thin ice. So
No,
I
I'm
don't know if you
saying,
want to go down this road.
no, I'm saying, like, as an
Yeah.
example, this is like, I'm not saying it's happened. Okay, I'm not saying it's happened. I'm saying I understand what you're saying. So are you saying that, like, you get things that happen in the film that aren't necessarily to do with this one, but in a couple films time you go, oh yeah, I remember in Winter
Yes.
Soldier when
This happened.
when Hulk walked past the thing and Bruce Banner said this thing,
No.
and now No, I'm not saying that one happened.
Yeah.
I'm saying
yeah.
3 seasons, 3 movies later.
Yeah.
Or no,
Yeah.
even maybe Owen in one of the programs, the series, like it.
Yeah,
Because it's all Marvel. It all
there's something. Yeah, there's something in the background. You go like newspaper headline, and we're saying this, and actually that means this 3 films down the
There
line.
you go.
The point being is we've
it's
gone off the
Lois
track.
Lane. She was becoming Spider-Man's girlfriend, so now she's got.
That is ridiculous. And he knows it.
Not Lois Lane. Sorry, no, I said the wrong thing.
Red card.
Oh, wait. I said Lois Lane.
Red card. It's just reckless tackle.
Can I have a timeout, please? Can I have a timeout?
No,
really quickly.
No,
please.
No. Red card. It's off. You're off.
Fucking reckless! That's fucking reckless!
You're gonna give me yellow. You got that reaction.
Slip of the tongue. I meant Mary Jane.
As we've seen, it doesn't matter if you slip. If it's a dangerous tackle, it's a dangerous tackle. Okay, and that's 2 slips this morning. To be fair, that's Osimhen and Lois Lane as Spider-Man's girlfriend.
Yeah, but also like what Tab says is, bro, speak to the, why is Robert Downey Jr. the green guy? That shouldn't be happening. Why is that happening then? He was Iron Man.
It would be explained in the film.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Well, there you go. So when Tabrez is, that's my point. That's my point, Owen. So when he's like, "What's the Hulk doing?" and mate, you don't know. Mate.
Never Flex. He wasn't in Winter Soldier.
No, but I'm saying there could be in it. What you don't know what's coming in the future.
I've seen the film. Know. Hulk's not in.
No, but going forward, you don't know. There could be another Winter Soldier coming out. You don't know.
And I mean, maybe I'm reaching here a little bit.
It's multiverses.
I feel like that thing that Tabrez is saying there. I think that could be a bit of a, that could be a bit of a pause moment. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay. Okay. Let's proceed.
Anyway,
there's actually quite a lot of super chats. Actually, to be fair.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna just get the super chats out.
Yeah. Just go.
You've derailed the show, Owen. Well done.
Me.
Tabra says, I'm staying in Brentford, next door to the GTEC Stadium. I'm on a mission to bring him Booms home. Mbwem's home. He's bringing him home. Show says he's been a member for 32 months as well. Show is always here. Says Reinders, Shirky, and 8 Nuri, 110 million. Now that's big business. By the way, only spent 8 million more on 8 Nuri than we did for Dorgu. Listen, I get it.
116 charges, mate. 116 charges, mate. Yeah.
And also, though, when you're just good, the conversations you have with the other players and the other it's different convos, man. It is. But that is true, though. Like, why? If we had that 110 million pound window there, if we had that, we would be asking for statues of bloody Jason Wilcox outside of Old Trafford. Like, that's like crazy. But for us to enter negotiations with how shit we are, is like we can't You see what I'm saying? Maybe Shirky could have been, you're getting Mbeumo for 60-something million, so you could have gone to Shirky. Do you want to come to us? But I don't know, man. We just don't operate like that. And the question is why?
To be fair, you can look at that. Look, City have known for what, like 9 months about all the people they're going to be signing this summer, because they knew that they were like shit. They did work in January, but they knew like this summer's a big summer for us. We're moving a lot of players and we're bringing players in. So they've been working on those deals for a while. We've already nearly done 2. The Cunha one's done, as we'll get to a bit later on. The Mbeumo one, it is really just a case of he's not going to go anywhere else. It is he only wants to go to Man United. That's 2. I mean, if you'd have asked me by the time the first window shuts, we'd be verging on 2, 10s signed. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
And I know it's a very low
big
bar,
news. Yeah,
but that's good for us.
Yeah.
And
if City had gone and got both of them, if City got both of them, or one of them, again, would be like, bloody hell. Tell you what, mate, City cooking, so I suppose we can't really, us to them is chalk and cheese now at the moment. It's just the reality. Aminor says, Flex, where's your energy for players out, etc.? Shaw, etc. Aminor, you always ask me this. So you always say, where's the energy for I've been saying we need outgoings. Like, look at the show yesterday, bro, on the red carpet. I was saying just on then, I was like, these outgoings, man, with the Gyokeres thing, etc., etc. This is the thing, man. Like, like I'm saying it. I'm saying it, bro. Aminor also says Amarim's erotic fantasy with Gyokeres is the same as Eric Ten Hag.
Aminor's crazy.
Trying to get De Jong.
Like, because he'll be normal and rational, and then he'll just put in just the wildest super chat. Until to this day, I don't think he's ever explained why his picture is Marcel with
I know.
Kane.
Why is it that? Marcel Pimpstick. I know.
Yeah.
Just shout out Aaron. He's flipping Cat Williams. Aaron says, don't forget commentary have a 10% sell-on clause. Probably why they ain't honouring this gentleman's agreement with him. They want to get more because commentary got to get a little bit peas out of it. Tabra says, United calling Sporting Daily about Gyokeres. Right, okay. I just want to check with Tabres because he's another one. It's like the Duck song. Hey there, got any grapes? I don't know what that is actually as well. Tabra says, nah. Do you? What is that? The Duck song. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Let me. Duck song, grapes.
What is it?
Oh, is that? I think I've seen this. These are the yeah.
What
these
is
are
it?
old. Oh. It's like a meme song, isn't it? It's like a meme song.
Oh, okay, I've never seen that. Tabra says, what's Hulk doing in the Winter Soldier though? There you go. And shout out Mark. It's not gold, it's not silver, it's platinum. Platinum bridge. Like what you've done.
Bridge.
Yeah, is platinum the highest? It is, isn't it? Diamond bridge.
Yeah.
It's platinum. Yeah, platinum's the top in it. Flex keeps digging. Yeah, platinum record. Flex keeps digging. Moving Bozo like Onana. Okay, point taken. I will never go back there again with Marvel again, I promise. Andy H says, Owen, you and I are big fans of Mateta. Would you prefer him over Gyokeres? I think Premier League proven should be taken into account and he would be cheaper.
That's a tough one. I am a big fan of Mateta. 40 million year left on his contract. But I don't know if I'd take him over Gyokeres just because Gyokeres has done it. Even in Champions League, he was flying this season. So I'm not sure I really subscribe to but Portugal versus the Premier League. Like I've said, when it comes to Mateta, I'd probably take Gyokeres over him because, again, he was available for this gentleman's agreement of £58 million. And I just think that's a really good market opportunity. But if it did come to a situation when we couldn't afford that, like I said, I'm a big Mateta fan. I was one of those people that when they go, sign him from Crystal Palace, they've got good players. And also, just in defense of Crystal Palace, what is going on with them at the moment with UEFA is bullshit. Yeah, with them possibly not being allowed in the Europa League because a minority shareholders also got a multi-club involvement, and they missed a deadline basically because they never thought they were going to win the FA Cup, and it's the whole big thing. And then Forest are writing. Have you seen this? Forest are writing to UEFA going,
snitches. I saw that. No one likes that.
I'm not sure about that. Multi-club ownership. The owner owns several clubs. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I know they're ambitious and thing, and You know, listen, they banned Gary Neville and they banned flipping Jamie Cat. You know, they're on their owners on shit in it. I get it, but come on, man, just let the powers be. Don't try and do that one. Just, you know what I'm saying? If
they won the
exactly
FA Cup.
have some decorum. Exactly. You know what I mean? Obviously, you want the rules to be adhered to. Like, obviously, look, there's rules for a reason. So if I know they've won the FA Cup. If they've done something silly where it's like everyone knows the rules at the beginning of the season, so you know you have to adhere to it. So I get it from that bit, but don't be the ones to flipping right to like when they were getting the bad decisions as well. They done the thing to the PGML. We're like, bro, we're all out here getting robbed, bro. It ain't just you.
And also, like, you know, Palace aren't gaming the system. They're not like, you know, really benefiting from any of this at all. And even the guy who's like the 20% shareholder says like, I'll sell my shares. I don't.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have majority control of the club, as Steve Parish does. It's just it was just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Just very briefly on this Gyokeres stuff. Simon Jones from the Mail is writing that Manchester United maintaining contact with Victor Gyokeres as they try and secure their main targets. The club have made initial contact with Sporting, with Gyokeres believed to have an £85 million release clause, but he has this gentleman's agreement with Sporting to leave for £58 million this summer, which, Flex, is the exact numbers that we had on this thing here. The gentleman's agreement was £50 million plus £8.4 million in add-ons. And if this report from a Portuguese outlet, Record in Portugal, suggesting that Sporting are demanding £67 million, then rightfully so, he would maybe be furious. But if you're also expecting a lot of drama today from Manchester United, because it's, of course, deadline day, part one, because the window shuts today. Mike Keegan has also said from the Mail this morning, don't expect volumes from Manchester United today. Told a rush of business, currently unlikely, that's a quote, but talks continue with Brentford over Brian and Mbeumo. So you never know, we still might get that here we go, possibly. Maybe I might have missed my deadline by a couple of days, perhaps.
Yeah,
you know?
I think you might have done. But stuff's still going to happen. I mean.
Yep, stuff's still going to happen. And it also doesn't stop opposition fans from being very salty. Now, I was getting ready this morning, Flex. I was making sure we had everything prepared and ready, and something popped up on the old YouTube timeline, the algorithm, as it were.
The algorithm, yeah.
The algorithm. It was a clip from AFTV, and I thought this is one of the best examples of, you know, hated a dog, never ignored, because, you know, we wanted to, are we moving quick enough in the transfer market? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? What have you? Look how much us signing Cunha and getting close to Mbeumo is rattling some of these Arsenal fans. This video is called, I'll get up on the screen, How Are 15th place Man United Doing Better Business Than Us? And this is going to be for your viewing pleasure, because this is quite a lot of fun.
Things that's like, we're only 3 days into the window, right? We should all be calm and relaxed. But I'm starting to panic a little bit already, bro, because I'm seeing like United, Cunha announced, now Mbeumo, and I'm seeing Frimpong, Wirtz, and all these guys to Liverpool. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, we're being linked with Leroy Sané, bro, on a free transfer.
Like you said, it's because other clubs as well in positions that, like Man United, they're not even in Champions League. Like they're down there, bro. They're down, they're down the table, and they're confirming players, Premier League proven players. What are we doing?
Let's be honest, like, if we'd signed Cunha, I think we'd be happy about that.
Oh,
you know, it's not like they're signing players that you're like, oh, it's not very good. Like Cunha, I would have taken Cunha at Arsenal as attacking midfield, second striker. So, and it's because we do this all the time. Like there's people in the comments and even in my video saying, calm down, it's early. But I'm saying this is a recurring thing. That
teams are signing players that are below us and getting Premier League proven players. Like that actually, you can have a case for a Cunha or an Mbeumo over Sesko and Gyokeres as well. You can say that they're more proven players, and they're eventually going to United, who finished 16th. Like, how can Arsenal fans not be annoyed at that? And I know United fans like don't stop looking at us and being annoyed at we're confirming these players, but I'm like, as an Arsenal fan, I'm thinking, brother, what are we doing?
You get to transfer season, you're like, come on, do something big and quickly that lifts everybody. You go, right, United have signed Cunha, Liverpool have signed Frimpong, Trent's gone Madrid, Wirtz being linked with Liverpool. They just won the league. They're going to spend 130 million on a player. And we're sitting here going, well, should we sign Sesko or Gyokeres? We'll figure it out. And You know, we've spoke to Leroy Sané's agent just to see what he'd take, and Zubimendi should be here by the 1st of July, but he's flirting with Real Madrid just in case. And what do they want us to jump around and be happy about? Like,
Canadian Gooner 1995 says United get Mbeumo, Cunha, we get Zubi and Sesko. This what was. Do you know what? It wasn't really supposed to go down that angle of this on that live, but when you actually look at it,
but
in hindsight, it's like. Now I'm even more annoyed. I'm getting annoyed. and people said to you, calm down. It's early in the like I had my work plot saying Cecil was 3 days, like relax. And I'm not the one that normally gets frustrated at things so early. I don't do the whole, Turkish at times like, brother, I've been here year after. I know what's going on. I'm like, brother, just relax, man. But now I'm like, people are doing deals and players that I wouldn't even mind. The players I wouldn't even mind at Arsenal, and it's like, what the hell, get it done early. And you'd think that the club would know. I'm not saying the club have to act as a fan in the sense of we spoke about Tottenham winning a trophy, Palace lifting the trophy, Newcastle lifting the trophy, and fans' response to that. We get a lot of heat for that, and people laughing at us. I don't expect the board to think that way and think, well, let's try and get a run over the line. So then it kind of pulls.
Basically, Flex, they are
We're massive,
rather
mate.
Rattled. Yeah.
We're massive.
rather rattled, aren't they, on that one?
Just a little bit, but it does show. I mean, listen, big up Curtis. Always, when you talk about, you can call them pessimistic Arsenal fans, but they're fans who probably agree with the outside of the Arsenal fan base more than the inside of the fan base. People like Turkish, people like Cecil, people like Curtis. The Dan Potts is another one as well. Like they cuss Arsenal all the time, kind of vibe. Curtis couldn't be any more Arteta out. Like he calls him a clueless Spanish thing, whatever. When he's on his vibe, so he ain't afraid to say it as it is. So it's actually quite refreshing, because he doesn't do any tribalism. He's like, bro, they're getting better players than us. Like, what is this? He's not the deluded thing. It's the other ones that are like, someone like Babs would be like, you're fifth. Look what we're getting, and Babs is just a troll. Shout out Babs. Yardman is completely real and just that, listen, we're not going anywhere with this guy. And you know what I mean? So I like to, even that Cecil was saying there, Turkish already told me, like, yeah, I've been here loads of times before. This club's not doing nothing. What I told you, like, so yeah, but it's Cecil. What is funny is Cecil coming round to that way of thinking. He's going, hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah, literally proper.
No, wait a minute.
And don't let him later on in the season try and give it that Cunha and Boomer.
Oh, that's saved.
He's on the record. I'll take them at Man United. I take them. I take them Arsenal. I take them Arsenal. So
we'll keep that clip for when we do the Arsenal previews. Because obviously that we won't know what will happen before then. So we'll
combine 11
into it.
Combine 11.
When we do combine 11 and stuff like that, and just even before, I'll just drop it because Cecil will forget he said that by a few times. If he will, so I'll say, "What would you take them to?" And he go, "Absolutely not, mate. We got Odegaard, and I go, Owen, run the VT, or we'll just chop it in, and he will forget. Yeah, we'll get him. Yeah, we'll get him. But it is true though, like you say, Bruno, he wants United. He does. And what you're saying now, Mike Keegan was obviously he posted the same thing as well. Saying that is, we're going to expect. He said, don't expect volumes from Man United today. He's told a rush of business currently unlikely. Talks continue with Brentford over Brian and Boomer. So you forget that today is deadline day, whatever that means. But I can't. I know I was joking around a little bit earlier on, saying, I think we get a couple of here we goes. I don't think we get any. No, I don't think we actually get the here we goes now. Well, but we can still get them when the thing's shut. It doesn't matter because it opens again in whenever, isn't it?
6 days.
6 days. This is not real. What's happening today? It's as you were to me. No one's going to go real. Deadline day today. We're going to cease talking about everything because we didn't get deal done in time. It's not going to happen.
No, exactly. With the NB war, there's been a little bit of worries over the last 24, 48 hours. As Ben Jacob says here, any suggestions that Tottenham, this is what Dharma said yesterday, are trying to hijack Man United's move for Brian and Boomer, premature. Players made it clear to all suitors he only wants to join Ruben Amorim's club. So he only wants to join Man United. And you mentioned about the here we goes and what have you. We kind of covered this on Friday on the Trinity because there was this early reporting by the likes of Ben Jacobs and others that this second bid had gone in, and then slight amendment, wasn't it? Slight amendment. It hasn't. It hasn't gone in. So that second bid hasn't actually gone in yet. So there is a kind of feeling of, well, when this second bid does go in, and if it's closer to what Brentford are looking for, which was what I think they've said they wanted, like 55 up front, maybe 5 or 10 in add-ons. So get it closer to sort of 60 overall, closer to that Cunha number. If it gets there, because Mbumo's already said, I only want Man United, he's probably already agreed personal terms with Man United. The moment a bid is accepted, it's here we go, because the deal's done at that point. So so theoretically, that could come today or tomorrow. Like you said, we won't get an announcement by Man United. I mean, but this was also something that James was alluding to last night, that obviously there's the kit announcements coming up on the 12th, which is at the end of this week, right? Thursday, Cage's favorite day. Thursday. And just because the window is shut at that point, well, all of our transfers don't really come into effect until the 1st of July anyway. Cunha's deal with Manchester United doesn't come into effect until the 1st of July.
He's not officially a Man United player where he goes to training, he goes to the thing, he's
exactly.
Not.
Exactly. So you can make...
Technically, he doesn't have a contract yet.
So you can make those announcements outside of the window. It doesn't really change anything. So let's say we do get here we go today or tomorrow for Bryan Mbeumo, because the bid's been accepted, and after that, everything else has already been agreed. The Man United could make the announcement on Thursday, and it will probably have the exact same verbiage that was used in the Cunha one, which is not that much, and just also this is subject to medical, visa, etc. Then that's it. Then that's it.
It'll be something that moves pretty quickly
on the 1st. So
I think it'll be something
this might be the one.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. But like we say, I think the main thing is that they're just continuing to just sort this fee out. And if you think about it, I know we were doing this from before the Thomas Frank thing, but to cut them a little bit of slack, there's a lot going on at Brentford right now. You know what I mean? They've just lost their manager, who's been there for a very long time. I think he's been there since 2018, Thomas Frank. All in. Yeah, and even maybe before that as like a assistant, I was reading. So he's been there a long time. It's a big change for Brentford. Of course, losing a player.
They'll be worried, won't they?
Yeah, because they're a well-run club. They got to get this right. I don't think they're in a situation again like we've seen from the powers that be. The people are saying it's not a hijacked. But it's not a case of like, just hold fire on the Mbeumo thing because we need to get the new manager in and work out if he wants to keep him. It's already been decided. He's gone. Their conversations will be to the new manager. Yeah, you'll definitely be about Brian. So, we need to, that's just one thing you need to be aware of. But they will be trying to secure who's going to come into Brentford, and less about Bryan Mbeumo and more about the future of the club and how they're going to, because it's a big shift in culture from him to someone else.
He would have known where, like, again, with this whole Ange getting sacked last week or whatever, sometimes we forget as fans or people on the outside of things that when we hear about them, sometimes they've been going on for a couple of weeks anyway. These deals, when they get put out there and people...
Frank's agents would have been aware, innit?
Thomas Frank would have been... They'd have been aware that he's likely going to Spurs for the last... I don't know what, 2, 3, maybe even longer, because maybe even before Europa League final, Spurs reaching out going, by the way, because there reports that Ange's leaving even before that anyway, we would be, if the job comes up, we'd be interested. And because of that, by proxy, Bryan Mbeumo would have known that Thomas Frank's probably going to Spurs for the last however many weeks. It's not changed anything, just because, it's not like Bryan Mbeumo would have found out a week ago, he's going to Spurs. Well, I'm going to Spurs too. I only rejected them because I thought Ange was going to be there. No, he's clearly... chose Man United. He probably knew what was going on with Frank, the possibility or the likelihood of Thomas Frank ending up there. And I think that's just sometimes when there's a vacuum of information, people just want to try and fill it with stuff, even if it's maybe not true. And I think you saw it then with the Arsenal fans, and it's the same with the United fans because there's so much work to do and because we have missed out on players before. When it does go quiet for a day or two, we panic, don't we? And we go, oh my God, we're not signing anyone. But in terms of Manchester United timelines, this is the earliest I can recall us doing like significant business in a very long time. Yeah. And I still think that Mbeumo, again, I wouldn't be shocked if again there was an announcement. No, maybe it is on Thursday, maybe it is on Friday. Because, like I said, it's almost like the window. I think the window shutting has maybe worried people when actually, like you said, it's completely arbitrary.
It's not real.
Like, it actually
It's not
doesn't
a
matter.
thing.
Yeah,
No.
it's not. It really doesn't matter. It won't
Yeah.
affect Man United's plans at all. Like their calendar, it'll be on there, but there won't be deadlines placed on it because of the
Yeah,
window
it just means that like formally you can't like sign a contract in that time, or you can't, can you even submit a bid? Because you might have to cease. You can have, I don't, there might be formally things where you can't physically like enter the information and press send because it's not within the thing.
Let's look
Those
at
little
Chelsea. They
formalities, but
signed Kenda, didn't they, for like next year? And that was outside of the transfer window as well.
exactly, because you sign,
you can do
so
bids.
you can, and you can do it for a future window, can't you? And the future window in this case is in what, 7 days or whatever. So deals can still get done. Conversations obviously will happen, and it's not going to stop the negotiations. It'll be business as usual for every club, to be honest. It's just this Club World Cup thingy with this fake deadline day thing. So yeah, I've never really understood it. Really, it didn't really make much sense as it is, and we clearly get into it now. But I just think this will what we are seeing though is that we have more than enough time, and you have to depend what happened on outgoings with the Gyokeres thing. But it could be somewhere else that we haven't heard of that gathers pace quickly. You never know. To have at least 3 players by the time we start going to tour. When's the first game? 19th of July, I think it is, isn't it, against Leeds in Sweden. By then. There should be, there's a high likeliness we could have 3 players. Definitely two.
Well, and we've got to use the advantage that we have, which is obviously we're not involved in any of this Club World Cup stuff over the summer. So we do have a full summer. We have a full summer.
Everyone
we don't have players coming back at a later date or anything like that, going to these competitions. We should have a full squad, a full preseason. Remember last tour, it was a bit of an anticlimax, wasn't it? Because the majority of the players actually weren't there because of because of all the different competitions, wasn't it? It was like, because of the Euros last year. Euros, Copa America, wasn't it, as well? And it was like,
they were all over the gap.
So there was basically no one there for
remember, like Xerxes, De Ligt, and Thing weren't even there.
Yeah,
Bruno was Bruno there. Bruno weren't there, was he?
No, Bruno wasn't. Bruno wasn't.
But, I mean, Bruno and Dallo wouldn't have been there. All the seniors weren't there.
Yeah, a lot of the senior players weren't there. So it was like, Martinez was there, wasn't he? I can't remember.
Where was we last year?
You were in America.
LA.
You were in LA, South Carolina.
Oh yeah, and San Diego again, isn't it?
Yeah,
it was San Diego again. Yeah, we were shit as well, isn't it? We were terrible. Is that last year where we played Liverpool and got smoked in Carolina? Yeah,
3-0. But it was weird.
We should have won that game. We had loads.
Yeah, exactly. Because we were actually like, all right.
Nah, yeah, the main guys weren't there. Kobe got injured that preseason. Oh yeah,
popped us on the counter attack each time. And it was
3 times. I remember Harry Amos was up against Thingy.
Exactly.
But anyway, we're in. Yeah, exactly that. To Owen's point, this is a situation this year whereby, with what Ruben Amorim needs, again, this is where people start saying, no excuses now, mate, about no time in a training field and this.
Yeah, there isn't.
Mate, we're going to be on a training field a lot. 5 days, 5 to 6 days in between every game, at least.
Do you buy that? Let's be honest, Flex. Yeah.
What with
the training ground, the training thing? Do you buy that?
I think at the start,
he has had time.
He has the time now. At the start, it does mean something. When you first get in there, and it's a game every 3 days, you can't change much. But you can't. But I will say this: depending on how good you are, depends how the tune you can get out of the play. It depends what you can change. You can make an impact. You can, because you can say, listen, I know we haven't got a lot of time, but if you articulate yourself well enough, which, listen, Ruben Amorim ain't got a problem articulating himself, and get it down and play to player strengths, or do make them believe that they can do a certain thing, then you can. We've seen it. We've seen it before. But it is harder. Yeah. But after a while, when we started dropping out of competitions, but then the Europa League becomes, basically, when you lose too many games, it all goes out the window anyway, because the morale becomes too low, because we got to a point by so when did he come? November. By the time it got to January, Feb, it was like, we've lost too many. It becomes a write-off because you just couldn't fix it. But now, I agree, mate. There's no excuses. There is no excuse. You're getting a full pre-season. Yeah, the players are a bit knackered now because some of them obviously had to finish that shit post-season tour, then go on international break. So now they're jaded. That's fine. They're going to be off from now until probably about the 10th of July, really. Early July, easy. Come back for pre-season. Because the first game's on the 19th. So
yeah, probably
they'll probably have
first week
maybe
of
2
July
weeks.
ish.
They'll probably have
Yeah,
2 weeks
ish.
training leading up
Yeah.
until that first game against Leeds.
Yeah.
2 weeks training.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got a solid thing now. You're going to get a full complement of man as well. Not dribs and drabs, like you said, a full squad. You're also going to have listen, Martinez, I know, is is a while, not a while off, but they're trying to say, listen, maybe for the beginning of the season.
They're saying, it could be, it could be
You know
back.
what I mean?
They're not sure.
So that will literally be no one's injured. Like Joshua Zirkzee had his problems before the thing, but he'll be fine by then. They've been off for ages. Luke Shaw don't count. So, Mason Mount, hopefully we don't come back for pre-season. So he's nursing something from the back end of last season. Just got to go get seen to. Full complement of players. Plus, let's be honest, Mbeumo and Cunha by the minimum. So, I think there are no excuses. There is nowhere to hide.
Honestly, I was just thinking this, because the tour sidebar's up there, coming soon, next month. I don't usually, for pre-season games, because last few seasons I've done this argument. I don't pay that much attention. Well, certainly not to results or whatever. Performances, but it's mainly about fitness and, like you said, routine, what have you. But I know for a fact that first game, maybe not the one in Sweden, depends, like you said, what team he plays. But certainly that one against West Ham, the first one on the pre-season tour, MetLife Stadium, I'm actually going to be nervous for that. The reason I say that is because
we have to see something.
If we lose, or we have a shitty performance, oh my god, because at the end of with those postseason friendlies, we sat through them. Ironically enough, one is our most viewed live stream ever.
It's not even funny, but it is.
It is mad by a significant margin as well. We still don't really know why, but those two games was like some kind of performance art in torture to watch. You know what I mean? Everyone go, I can't believe you're putting yourself through this. To watch this because they were awful. They were so bad to watch. And you do just sort of go, if it is anywhere close to that in one of those preseasons, the meltdown would be on another level. And you
know what else, Owen?
I'm nervous. I'm nervous with that tour.
Okay, all right, Owen. Okay, let me do an Owen on you, right? To try and because actually no, I don't think I can because you're right. I'd wait because it is pre-season, Owen. It is.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm a believer in that.
But we've had two bad ones, and the team finished 15th. They have to show something,
and
not just that. And 8th. And not just that. You know what else it is as well? No disrespect. And we can't disrespect because of where we finished. They've literally gone, right, Man United, the lucrative Real Madrid, playing against Arsenal, Liverpool, the big games. No. You're going to the summer series. You're going to play Bournemouth, West Ham, and Everton. That's who you're going to face. Do you know what I mean? So if we're being honest, they've kind of dropped us even down a level to say, forget the fans getting to see the pride of the Northwest. It's Man United versus Liverpool. It's this, you know what I mean? Massive spectacle. No, your area of the table is Everton, West Ham, and you should count yourself privileged to play Bournemouth because they finished. Where did they finish in the end? 9th or something? 8th? I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're privileged to play against Indoni Iraola. This is a top manager. This is a top team. You know what I mean? David Moyes stabilized them. Loads of wins since he's gone in there. Rebrand, rebuild, new stadium, team on the up. You're privileged to play Everton. West Ham came to your gaff and went above you. They finished above us in the end, didn't they? Or did they end up losing again? We went back above them, West Ham.
I don't know. But look, the old.
But you know what I'm saying? That's our level. We haven't beat Bournemouth in 3 seasons. Look at that, MA. Look at that.
Well, all three of these teams were playing. West Ham finished 14th, Everton 13th, and Bournemouth finished 9th. So they all finished above
ahead of us. So we're the shittest out of all of them. So, yeah.
But again, this is what's mad about it, isn't it? Because, like Saranaf saying there, it is pre-season, but But I don't think we're necessarily in the position now to be like, well, it's got no bearing on the season, because the last 2 preseasons have had a bearing on the season. Like, you know, and but then people will then obviously look to the example of Louis van Gaal's first preseason. He won every single game in the preseason, beat Real Madrid in front of like 100,000 people. It was amazing. And we lost our first game of the season against Swansea. But we did finish in the top 4 that season. Where did we finish? Was it third or fourth that season? Yeah. So there is something out of it. Like we weren't a bad team, you know what I mean? Because we finished in the top 4 that season. So yeah, my point being is, I mean, this is looking forward a little bit too much, but yeah, like that's why, like you said, you want minimum 2, hopefully 3 signings through the door for the tour, because if anything, we just need the momentum and positivity. How nice has it been just for the last 2 weeks or so, just being like, we don't have to talk about last season. We don't have to talk about shitty performances and what have you. And that's because, again, we haven't watched them for 2 weeks. But, you know, but it's been nice to look forward to, okay, yeah, we can get Cunha in, we can get, you know, and Boomer in, we can get Gyokeres. Yeah, cool. So if we did have a good preseason, we could go crazy. We'd probably be mocked by opposite Ops fans, because they'd be like, look at those guys, they're doing it again, getting carried away. But I want to get carried away. I want to get carried. I've been able to get carried away for months, for the longest time. Like KG said, I've got to be deluded. Just give me some delusion. I haven't been able to even be deluded for the longest time. So that preseason,
listen. I know. I mean, I could be saying one thing and do the other and flip flop, like as the name says. I don't know, but I'm at this point. I'm excited about the signings, but I am like, they've been so criminal. I can't get excited about like, oh my god, look what we're doing in terms of on the pitch until like I see something to build on in the Premier League. I'll be honest. Obviously, when I'm in the heat of America and it's amazing, the sun's shining, and like, you know, hopefully we get to catch up with Cunha, maybe do it in, like, it's all that more exciting stuff. I'll be in the moment of it, but like, I will still try to be like, listen, we've done our job here on preseason. We've shown that there's a bit of improvement. We've done what we're supposed to do. And now it's all about the first few games of the Premier League. Let's see how we start. Because also the fixtures come out on the 14th, 16th, 15th, something like that as well.
Something like that. I mean, but look,
you know, when you get a grip of what your first 5 games are, you start going, right, okay. Because I tell you what, normally, you know, the fixtures coming out it's usually quite a decent thing anyway, because it's something to get your teeth into in club football. Yeah. You go, oh wow, look, they've got Liverpool away, first. Yeah. But this time, let's be honest, with how shit we've been, we're going to be looking at them first 5 fixtures. This is that's a huge. Whenever them fixtures come out, what day is that? That's a huge day.
Everything is again. That's what I'm saying. Everything is like, because there are no excuses, are there? There are no excuses. The 18th. That's why I said like the training thing. I never really bought that, you know, the training thing, because Ruben did have a lot of training. You know, he's been at the club for a while now. You know what I mean? So it's like, so there are no excuses. So like you said, when it comes to those first 5 games, excuses. Or is it 3 before the first international break?
It'll be, always like that. Yeah,
you know, like you said, there is no
excuses.
There ain't, Owen. And let's be real. Let's be real, yeah, because I think not all of us, but a lot of us have subscribed to this theory of like, listen, 10 games, I need to see something tangible. I need to see it. Obviously, in overall, let's be real, they're going to invest the 200 mil. If it's gone wrong after 10 games, I don't believe they're going to sack him, unless he's lost all of them, or like we've got like 2 points or some shit like that. But if it's like a mixed bag where we go, it's not great still, man. We're 10th after 10 games, but I can't see Ineos just pressing the button. It won't be that early, but you know, there's a lot of us that are like, if we see them first 5 games and see like, you know, Liverpool away, you know, Arsenal home, Brighton away, you know, Palace home, like just some tough, you go, oh, it's not. But we're coming from a place though where all the games are like that for us. If we see Sunderland away first game of the season, you don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Do you know what I mean? Imagine things like that as well. You don't want to see that, Owen.
So you don't want to see any game then?
That's what I'm saying. Well, you try
Sunderland at home, like, first game of the season. You'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's them home ones. You might go. Sometimes you might want a middle of the route. You might want like I say that a West Ham.
That's
home.
why we need a good preseason. What does it
mean?
That's what I mean. That's why we need a good preseason.
Nothing means anything. Shut the club down.
Because if we have a good preseason, this is what I'm saying. If we have a good preseason and there's a bit of momentum, then you won't fear those games as much, will you? You'll be like, actually, you know what? We've played all right preseason.
Yeah,
we look sharp.
Bremer, man.
Yeah, and they've scored goals.
Proper striking
yeah.
out. Gyokeres,
That's
bro.
why that preseason's so important.
You're right.
For
Let me get these
momentum.
super chats. KG's beer stylist says we need technical midfielders, no more hatchet men, please. Also not a fan of Gyokeres. A few people saying this on the channel, no. I prefer Osimhen, just because he's more proven. Great work, guys. Well, just because he's more proven, I can see that. I can see that. But it's similar. It's because he's done it in Serie A, like, and Liga before that, isn't it? Like, it's not. He's proven, like, I don't know. Well, he won the league at Napoli, which counts for more than winning the league at Sporting, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
And
got Napoli to like a Champions League semi, didn't he?
Yeah, so he's done more. Peter says, and Mbumo Gyokeres, Andy Tate face. And Peter says, good morning from Macedonia. I'm hearing from my Eastern European sources, we're in for Red Star Belgrade Starboy. Andrija Maximovic. Is that are you getting me there, or is that a real? I don't know.
I don't know.
But Peter, I feel like you're a genuine guy, so I feel that'll be a real player, but I don't know anything about him, or so we can
confirm real player, okay. Serbian, Red Star Belgrade.
Okay. Where's he play?
Yeah.
What position?
With the and the thingy, midfielder.
Okay, all right, there you go. Well, Peter, keep us across that of your sources and what you're hearing, please.
We've got different sources, don't we? We've got, Eastern European sources. We had Nigerian sources last night on the red carpet. So
any sources, if you feel like you're a reliable source, we're taking new sources. So.
Correspondence. Yeah.
Correspondence, yeah. UV correspondence. Killen says, can Sporting owner really break the argument they had? Can the Sporting owner really break? Oh, right, the agreement, sorry. I thought Sporting was mainly fan owned. Are you and UV coming to Sweden for the Leeds game? Yes, we shall be there. And can they go back and break the agreement? Like Owen says, and like we all know, in business, if it ain't written down, it didn't happen. So it's a gentleman's agreement, and usually gentlemen's agreement aren't very gentleman-like. They can turn at any point.
Depends on the gentleman.
Depends on the gentleman. Exactly. It depends on the gentleman. All right, people. Big up, man. Great show, as usual. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dwayne says, my MLS team, Nashville, records this season is 8 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. We didn't make playoffs or even make top 10. It was a tough season for me. Guys, I have a feeling top 4/6 is coming this summer. We'll hit. I hope so. I hope you're right, bro. Hope you're right.
I hope so indeed. Flex, before we wrap up, do you want to have another go at doing your thing at the start? We're saying the right name.
Okay. Victor Gyokeres. 67 million agreement. We're not doing that because we should be 50 plus add-ons. Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Is this because you're, all of that kind of vibe, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, bear with me. I want you guys to act like this is the start of the show. Victor Gyokeres is absolutely fuming with Sporting at this precise moment. He had a gentleman's agreement to get out of the club for the best part of 67 million pounds. And now they're trying to go back on it. That's wrong. It's wrong. The gentleman's agreement is that he could leave for the 50.
Yeah, so you got it wrong again.
Got it wrong. So I'm gonna because I thought we'd do this afterwards. Because it's live, there's a lot of pressure. So
it's always live. Oh no, keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
Try again. 3.
Victor Gyokeres is absolutely fuming with Sporting. He had a gentleman's agreement to get out of Sporting for the best part of 50 million pounds plus add-ons. That's what they agreed in gentleman terms. But now, because Man United are at the door, because there's not many takers trying to get Victor Gyokeres, they're trying to price him out of a move. 60 plus million pounds now they're asking for. 67 is too much. Why is that happening? Is it because it's Man United? Is it because of the hate of the door tax? Is it because of the big pool tax? And also, he's taken to Instagram, cryptic. He's wiped out everything. Boot sponsor. Yeah. He's not even Swedish anymore. Doesn't even play for the national team. And most importantly, Sporting has gone from the bio. Now, I'm not trying to sound like Arsenal fans, so swanning around, trying to look for Alexander Isak with number plates. But what's going on? I need you lot to tell me what's going on. Will we get our man?
Yeah, nice. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. Lux will give it a 6. Lux will
Yeah,
give it a 6.
yeah. It's been a long morning.
It's-
I just,
Yeah,
it
wasn't an ideal, but you know, it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, a few people say, you know what, listen, perseverance. You know,
Yeah.
don't never give up.
Exactly.
Never give up.
John Cena sentence: never give up.
100%. And
Rise
also,
above hate.
you know, you do a couple of takes so you get the one that you want. You know, like Lil Yo-Yo says, that's for the socials. So when you see it, guys, don't be idiots. Don't be putting in the thing. How many takes was this? Yeah, just no. What I need you to do, just engage with it, guys, and let me know what you think. Don't. Oh, I saw you do this 4 times over. Do you mean Osserman? Don't be smart asses.
But that's what makes the UV community undefeated. Yeah, is that look. This is why you got to tune in for the show. You got to tune in for the whole show. You'll see the clip on socials, and then there'll be this little inside joke. All 2,000 of you watching here will know what really happened this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, good for you.
All 2,000 of you, where we've had more than that, we've had that 2.5K throughout the whole show. Also, when you guys didn't even get to 1K likes. So I might have messed up my lines for the social clip, but I tell you what, some of you lot have been a disgrace. How have we earned 778 likes? Can we get to 1K, please, on the way out? For at least me getting the right Victor. Can we do that?
Yeah, exactly. What you witnessed this morning was award-winning presenting. Yeah, award-winning.
It means that you keep doing it until you get it right. Perseverance. This is how you win.
Exactly.
This is how you achieve big things in the space, guys. Yeah,
exactly.
That's how you achieve over 100K.
That's how you do it.
Perseverance. Don't be afraid to take yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. Critique. You know, when Owen said to me, "Flex, you've done it wrong," I wasn't met with, "Nah, you've got that wrong." Just no. Hands up. Listen, I'll just do it again, bro. You know, in front of 2,500 people, I wasn't scared, and I messed it up again. Went again. I mean, it was simple, and I pulled myself up on that. I said,
"The best bit." I didn't even hear you for the second time.
You didn't even get it. See? That's what I'm saying. But Owen's put me straight into that mode of like having high standards. I'm like, stop there, Flex. You said that wrong. You've got the wrong fee. That's the wrong way around.
Literally.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Right, Victor.
That's
wrong fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So believe, never give up. That's it. That's what you got to do. That's how I live my life. You know, on my arm, my famous saying. You can't really see it there, but it says, "The brave don't live forever, but the cautious don't live at all." That's how I live my life. That's my line. You know,
I've got a dragon.
What's that mean? F with me, I'm gonna blow fire on your ass.
It's a dragon and some clouds.
So why? Okay, Owen, why have you got dragon and clouds? What's your inspiration? You just like dragons, or don't know? You don't know. Just wanted a sleeve at the time and thought, let's fill it up with that, or what?
Yeah, I went in there and said, "What did you think? We could make it into like a dragon."
Yeah, but why did you? Yeah, Game of Thrones. You hadn't even watched it before, have you? No. So it's nothing to do with House of Dragons or anything like that. You're not Daenerys. You're not. You're not Targaryen. No, you're not. So the dragon's not a thing for you. Dragons are powerful. They're menacing. They're you know. Is it to do that? Does that reflect your character?
No, dragons are cool, aren't they? So,
right. It's just funny. I'm saying like I live my life by this saying. You're like, I got a dragon
and some flowers.
Flowers, yeah. Just why is that? Because
it was just an aesthetic choice.
Do you regret it, or are you happy you still got your dragon?
No, I like my tattoos very much. This one's some tribal stuff. So.
Tribal.
Well, you know, it's just different.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as long as you still enjoy them, mate. So, you know what I mean? That's all that matters.
I've got one on my stomach as well.
Wow. What does that say? Well, what's that?
It's an octopus.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
You got an octopus on your stomach, bro?
Yeah, I do.
Are you serious? No, I'm not gonna ask it. You got an octopus on your stomach?
Yeah.
Tattooed?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't ever, bro. Octopus they're one of the most ugly.
I know they scare me.
Oh. So why have you? Stop! Everybody, smash a like for this shit here. Wait there before we go. What are you talking about? That's like me putting a spider on my feet. What? They're horrible. They're hideous.
Yeah.
So why have you got that? What are you? So why
I just
have you
liked
got that?
it. I liked the design. So,
but you're scared of it.
Oh, in real life, I don't like octopus. Yeah, octopi.
Octopi. So why have you decided? But then you have to look at it every day. Why have you done that?
Well, and also I got really when I was heavier, it's a bit of a sad octopus.
Oh, it's not even, I was going to say, is it that kid one that's really happy, got a nice smile? It's not.
No, it's not Squiddly Diddly. It's not.
Yeah, that's it. Him. Yeah.
No.
So it's a sad one, and it's not even one who's feeling himself.
Well, no, it's not sad. I think when as I got fatter, he got sad.
Oh, yeah, because all right.
Now he's quite happy again.
Right. So you got octopus on it. Fucking hell. What other tattoos you got?
They're the only ones I've got. I've got 2 sleeves and I got one on my stomach.
Right.
I'll probably get some more.
Yeah. Well, don't get any more, and don't get like a fucking giraffe or something.
I wouldn't get that. I'm maybe thinking of getting one on my back, maybe like a tree.
A tree.
A tree.
Oh, okay. I got a tree. I got like a palm tree with my family names in the tree. Jamaica side on that side, mountains and beach, and on that side is like built up London high-rise building, and then a family tree, and then names of my brother and sisters in there. So a tree, okay, but like not just like an acorn tree. Are you gonna like?
No, something quite sort of big with branches, something. Yeah.
Right.
I haven't really thought about that much. Not that I give a lot of thought to obviously my wife.
No, it could like a eucalyptus tree.
I was thinking, what's it called? It was like a Japanese tree.
Right. Japanese tree. Guys, this ain't worth 1,000 likes. I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's like some kind of like blossom.
We're 825, by the way.
Yeah, it was something like that. But you learn things every morning.
Wrestling themed?
No.
Nah, not for you, like the Brahma Ball or something like that. Like
no.
D-Generation X, big not. X in the middle. Okay.
No.
You wouldn't go that far.
No.
So you get octopus, a random octopus that you're scared of, but you wouldn't get the thing you like your favorite ever wrestler or like a.
No, I wouldn't get that. Well, it's always a risk with people.
Yeah, because things can change and absolutely.
Yeah. It's always a risk with people. Things can change. So but do have one on my stomach. So you learn things every day. If that's not worth 1,000 likes, I don't know what is.
No, absolutely. I'm on the way out. Can you guys please do that? We're at 833. With that news, we will leave you. We will leave you be. Flex and KG show later on tonight, live at 7 p.m. And of course, it is mini deadline day. So if there's anything that happens, we will of course bring it to you ASAP as soon as it does. But we're expecting probably not. Here we go. But we shall see. We shall see.
Never know.
Probably not. Never know. Did we get everything read out? We did. Guys, later on. Peace. Smash a like on the way out and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Take care.